Hiya, welcome back to my channel, Lee's YB Powered Mk1, which is, if you've watched now and again, you'll know it's basically me dicking about with my old Mk1 Escort. It's been a while since I've posted a video up to the channel, mainly because I've been really busy. If I just swing around the garage and I'll show you my list. So I've been going through all that lot on my little whiteboard, ticking stuff off as I go, before I finally get round to putting a video together for you guys. So as you can see, that's quite a big list, and there's some pretty major jobs on there, some minor ones, some pretty major ones. I've been taking video of most of it, but some of the jobs are sort of like, well, they're still lingering on, which is why you can see the exhaust on the floor with the car still up in the air. And because they're all sort of interlinked, they've ended up in like one giant video. Now, YouTube doesn't like, and certainly viewers don't like, great big long videos. They can't be arsed, and no one watches them. So I'm going to have to end up chopping those up and editing them before I can upload them. Probably like, separate them into part 1, 2 and 3. So keep an eye out for them, because they are coming and there's some good stuff in there. But I wanted to chuck up something in the meantime, so you don't forget me. So I've got a little job that I did, I videoed earlier, and I'm going to introduce that video just in a second. Let me show you where it starts from. So we need to go under the motor, and it's going to be about those two black blobs, one there and one there. So now I'm going to hand you over to an earlier version of myself. So what are those two black blobs at the back of the car? Well, they're receivers for these tow eyes. Now, I'm hoping the thing's going to be pretty reliable, and I wasn't envisaging having to tow anything or to be towed. But when it broke down, and admittedly, I was really lucky, because it was like 6 foot away from my garage in the gully when the clutch went, and I couldn't drive it. It got me thinking what had happened to me if I was out there in the middle of nowhere and I was unable to drive the car and I needed to get recovered. I knew that to lash it down or to tow it from the front, they'd have to go right underneath the bodywork to get to the cross member to drag it, and risk ripping the front panel and stuff. And similarly with the back, I've got that silencer running across the back. I wouldn't want anybody attaching a rope to me Watts linkage bars. There's no leaf springs easily accessible, so I need to come up with a solution. And I've already flipping painted the thing now as well, so I can't be welding brackets to it. So I needed to come up with a solution for the back and for the front, where I could easily screw in, like, what I wanted was like a removable tow eye to make it, subtle and and discreet rather. But it had to be bolt on. And I needed a bolt-on solution for the back and for the front, and there's nothing out there. So I come up with these ideas myself, and started with a tow eye with a normal thread on, and then a nut. I use some tube nuts. These are M16 by 2, so it's quite a coarse and very large thread. And I'll take you under the back. I'll show you what I did. So here we are under the back, and I needed something strong to come off. So I came off the shackle pin for the rear leaf spring hangers. Now there's already a 20mm diameter boss welded in to the chassis rail, and it's straight through, and it's normally where bushes would go. So I filled those bushes with a solid 20mm diameter pin, steel pin, and then this bracket clamps either side of the chassis rail, and there's a long flat forward of it, so when this gets pulled it reacts against the chassis. And that's made all out of 3mm steel plate, which is an absolute bastard to bend, but it's really strong. And then there's 2 long threaded nuts in there, and all this is fabricated round them. And so should I ever need to, the tow eye screws in. Trying to do it one-handed. There we go. So there you go. I've got a tow eye solution. It's well away from the bodywork, and the rope can pull that out sideways, and it's not going to affect the bodywork. It's not going to foul on my exhaust. No one's going to have to wrap a wire or a rope around my axle or any of my suspension linkage. And I've also put another one on the other side, and I've bunged the holes up with these 3D printed plastic screws. It's like a rubberized 3D print, and it screws in and stops any shit getting up the hole, and they're filled full of grease. So stops any rust starting in there, and I don't need any tools to take them out. So these little plastic bungs were a fabulous idea, and so far they seem to be working great. I can easily get them in or out. Got grease all over my fingers, as you'd expect. But if I'm in this shit, I don't need to fuck about to find a tool to undo a bolt out of there. I can just screw in my tow eye straight away. Now, I didn't take any video of me actually fabricating these, but I did take some pics of the fabrication, so let me take you through them. Now, as you've seen, I'm running a 6-link rear end with vertical coilover dampers, which means no leaf springs anymore. This leaves the old leaf spring shackle points unused, but now I can repurpose them. So this is the basic kit of parts that I came up with to create this bolt-on tow eye solution. There's the bracket, which will wrap around the box section chassis rail. I made cardboard templates to get the shape right. The solid 20mm steel pin that replaces the old rubber bushes that were on the leaf spring shackle, and they've passed through the welded tube in the chassis rail with a thick washer on the other side and an M8 bolt to secure it. There's an off-the-shelf Fiat Punto removable tow eye, and then a tube nut to accept with the same thread to accept the tow eye. After making cardboard templates, I cut the shapes from 2 pieces of 3mm thick mild steel plate and drilled a 20mm hole in them with a step drill. Then I passed the big steel pin through the first plate into the tube in the chassis where the old leaf spring hanger used to be, and out the other side, and then located the second steel plate and secured it with a bolt and a washer. And that's how it looks, nice and tight to the box section of the chassis rail. And then I marked the second plate and folded it up in the vise so that the 2 plates would sit flat together on the underside. After welding the 2 plates together to form the main bracket, I positioned the tube nut on the underside and at the right angle so that the tow eye would clear the rear valance of my back panel when it was put in. I welded the hole at the back of the tube nut closed so that no moisture can get in, and then made cardboard templates of the side pieces I'm going to strap on. Here we are back in the vise. Using the cardboard as templates, I cut out some more 3mm steel sheet to strap the tube nut to the bracket. It might be a bit overkill, but it's really strong, which is exactly what you want from a tow point. Then I smoothed all the welds and got everything powder coated in black to finish them off. The whole idea was to have the tow eyes removable for a much cleaner look, so to avoid the open threads in the brackets collecting a load of road grime and rusting up, I blocked the holes with some plastic M16 bolts. Now these would work fine, but they're a 24mm hex head, so they'd need a big tool to remove them like a socket or a spanner. Instead, I designed a threaded plug which I could screw in with my fingers, and had my mate 3D plastic print them for me. I needed somewhere to keep the tow eyes. With the battery now sitting in the well, where the original fuel tank goes, I had already fabricated a plate to fill this gap and to keep things neat in the boot. So I popped a couple of holes in the plate, I welded some captive nuts to the underside, and now I've got somewhere out of the way to store the removable tow eyes, and I don't have to worry about them rattling around in the boot or losing them. Next, I had to come up with a solution for the front, and for this I've got some video. So here's my idea. I'm going to attach a tow hook receptacle to the anti-roll bar clamp, and on my car it's an anti-roll bar clamp and a tension link clamp, so it's really quite thick and heavy duty, and it's held on by 4 bolts, so it's super strong. The tow eye is off a Fiat Punto, and the reason I'm using one off a Fiat Punto is the thread on the end. It's a standard metric thread. It's M16 by 2mm, Many of the tow eyes that you get from, like, I don't know, Volkswagens and Beamers and Land Rovers and whatever, they're a really coarse square cut thread, and that's a problem when you're trying to find a nut that fits it, because they're usually machined into some part of the car. But with a standard M16 thread, I can just buy a tube nut off eBay. It's 50mm long, it's got an M16 by 2mm thread pitch thread, and once I've ground off all the zinc plating on the outside, I can weld it to any bracket or whatever I make out of mild steel. So that's what I'm doing. So I've positioned it, I've took the paint off, I've put a bit of duct tape over my anti-roll bar and my tension link so I don't scratch them, and I've took the paint off the side of the anti-roll bar bracket and I've positioned it with a G-clamp, and I'm just going to tack weld it on in position. So I want to make sure I've got plenty of clearance between the bolt and the front panel, and that it sticks out far enough, and then tack it into position. Let me show you the other side of it. So there we go, you can see the bracket, 2 bolts there, it's got a big fat 1/2 inch bolt there that secures the tension link, and then there's another one there as well, and this is all made out of 2.5mm steel plate, so it's really quite beefy. It's got a big flat angle on the other side, quite wide, probably about 15mm wide. So then, like I say, I'll ground all the coating off the nut. It's just a zinc plate and it won't weld very well. And then I can seam weld all along here and around the other side, and I'm going to strap it as well. But for now, I'm just going to tack it on, and I'll show you one, because I've already done the one on the right hand side, and that's what it looks like. Let's get a better angle. There we go, that's the right hand side completed. It's welded all the way around. Need some paint on it now. That's a 3mm plate welded to the bottom and stitched. So you can see I've closed up the back of the tube nut so no water can get in and rust up the threads, and I've profiled it so it's going to clear the anti-roll bar. And they're all root pass welds with my MIG welder, cranked right up so it's proper solid, and it sticks out plenty of space. I've strapped it with a 3mm plate all the way around. Just got to put that bolt back in, but I was going to paint it, but yeah, but then that just unscrews. There's plenty of thread engagement. Like I said, it's a standard M16 thread, which makes finding a nut to accept the thread much easier. And it's plenty of beefy enough. It's also fitted to fit vans and Citroen and Peugeot vans. So if it's meaty enough to take the weight of one of them, it's meaty enough to take the weight of my little Escort. And it gives a nice solution. I'm going to block that off with a plastic M16 bolt. Again, so I don't have any bother getting it out should I need to use it. And all I've got to store is a couple of them in my toolkit. So yeah, let's get the MIG out, and I'll weld that side up as well. Okay, so as I said, this is a towing eye from a Fiat Panda, Fiat Doblo, Citroen Berlingo. They're all pretty much the same. Well, they're all the same part number actually. On eBay, 16 quid for that hook. Then an M16 tube nut. They're 48mm long. And these are the brackets for my front anti-roll bar, and the tension link is clamped by this 1/2" bolt here, and these are 3/8 bolts, or 10mm and 13mm for the young uns. So on the side, there's like quite a fat flange that's welded on that side. You can just see it there, and it goes all the way around here, and I just welded it on like that. So I could weld all around here and then weld around the gap, and then as you can see, that's the finished job. I've bent and welded some 3mm plate, welded it all the way around to effectively to strap it to the anti-roll bar clamp, and with 4 big bolts holding it on, it's going nowhere. It keeps it tucked up out of the way. It's not going to damage my bodywork. My main concern was if I should need towing, because the car is so low and the cross members right back there, anti-roll bar's hanging down because the clamps are off it. But yeah, if I tow a rope around the cross member as it comes through and up, it's just going to wreck my front panel, rip my number plate off, and make a fucking mess. And there was no other real solution. If I'd have thought about it earlier, and I kind of wish I'd have done now, I would have popped a couple of holes in the front panel there, and I would have come straight off the cross member just below, you know, the chassis rail just below the bumper mount, and I could have popped an hole through here, and it would have gone through. And I have seen that done, and but I only seen it after I've had the car painted, so I needed to find a bolt-on solution that wouldn't mess me paint up and would be strong. And there we go. I finished it off with a lick of this, a couple of coats, Amorite, smooth black. It's brilliant stuff. It's like powder coating in a can. You don't need to prime, it goes straight on and it lasts for you. I've painted loads of stuff in that. I've painted all my axle, a prop shaft, all the suspension links. I've painted like motorbike engines. It deals with the heat really well, even on cylinder heads. It's amazing paint, and it's really tough. It's resistant to petrol and oil. And fucking nice to turn into an advert, but yeah, it's good stuff. So get yourself a few cans of that if you're restoring an old classic. Right, and let's get them on the car. So there we are, they're on. Looking from the front, the tow eye attachment is no lower than the original anti-roll bar tension link clamp anyway. And when you've got a tow hook in it, clears the front panel. There's plenty of space for the rope to swing round without wrecking the bodywork if I ever need it. So yeah, another job finished. Okay then, all done, back and front, sorted out. Really pleased with how they come out. They're a really strong, neat solution. You can't see them when the car's on the ground. They're sort of like hidden out of view, but I know that they're there if I need them. So hopefully I won't, but I'm glad I got that job done. I'm really, really pleased with that one. Like I said at the start of the video, I've got lots of content to upload. I'm just waiting for a few bits so I can finish those jobs off, and the videos will make a lot more sense that way. So keep an eye out for those. In the meantime, thanks ever so much for watching. Really appreciate your views. I love reading your comments in the comment section. So let me know what you think. Stuff that I've done right, stuff that you like, stuff, you know, alternative ideas. Get involved. Let's have a listen, and let me see what you guys think. So until then, thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.